Welcome to our YouTube channel. As part of STEM education, which integrates science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, today we are going to demonstrate the mathematical concept of fractions using the concepts of electronics. This video is very important for the students of school education as it gives a real understanding of the term fractions. A fraction may be defined as a part of a whole. For example, take the case of these 4 LEDs. Only one out of the 4 given LEDs is glowing. The situation may be represented by 1 out of 4 or 1 by 4. Here in this case, 2 LEDs out of the 4 given LEDs are glowing. Therefore, situation represents 2 out of 4 or 2 by 4. Again, in this case, 3 out of 4 LEDs are glowing. Therefore, situation represents 3 out of 4 or 3 by 4. Finally, all the 4 LEDs are glowing out of the 4 given LEDs. The situation represents 4 out of 4 or 4 divided by 4. To understand such a concept of mathematics with the help of electronics, the basic hardware and software that's required for the project implementation is a microcontroller board. Here we use Arduino Uno, 4 LEDs, 4 resistors, jumper wires, a PC installed with Arduino IDE software. Here is the program that we are uploading on the Arduino Uno board. Let's understand this program to represent the mathematical fractions 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 4. The idea is that we are actually making use of 4 light emitting diodes or LEDs, which are representing the mathematical fractions 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4, and 4 by 4. Turning on a single LED out of the 4 LEDs implies that we are representing the mathematical fraction 1 out of 4 or 1 by 4. Similarly, turning on 2 light emitting diodes out of the 4 given light emitting diodes implies the mathematical fraction 2 out of 4 or 2 by 4, and so on. Since we are using 4 LEDs, so in the very first line of this program, we have declared a variable called numLets, and it has been initialized with a constant integer value of 4. Next, we have declared an array named LED pins. This is a constant integer array with size numLets, that means 4. So 4 element array where the 4 elements 2, 3, 4, 5 represent the 4 pins of the Arduino board. So pin number 2, pin number 3, pin number 4, and pin number 5 will be used to interface the LEDs that we are using to display the fractions. Next, we have declared numerator as another variable for which we have the value 1. In this case, we can also change its value from 1 to 4 according to the fraction that we are studying. For example, to study the fraction 1 by 4, we are taking the numerator as 1. To study the fraction 2 by 4, we are taking the value of numerator as 2, and so on. Next, we are going to declare these pins 2, 3, 4, 5 as the output pins. So in Arduino, we have to declare them as output. For that, we are making use of this for loop, and we are making use of this pin mode function to declare these pins 2, 3, 4, 5 as output pins. Next, we are making use of this for loop nested with this if else statement to turn on selected number of LEDs out of the 4, just to represent the mathematical fractions 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4, and 4 by 4.
Now, to execute the program, let's start with the fraction 1 by 4. For that, we set the numerator as 1. Next, compile and upload the program. Here is the result. Only one out of the four given LEDs is glowing, representing the fraction 1 by 4. Next, we realize the fraction 2 by 4. For that, we set the numerator as 2. Then compiling and uploading. Compiling and uploading done. Here is the result. 2 out of 4 are 2 by 4. Next, we change the numerator to 3 in order to realize the fraction 3 by 4. Next, compiling, uploading the program on Arduino board. Here is the result. 3 by 4. 3 out of 4 LEDs glowing. Finally, to realize the fraction 4 by 4, change numerator to 4. Again compiling and uploading. Here is the result. 4 out of 4 LEDs glowing. That's 4 by 4.